welcome to the Garden State Film Festival, and also welcome to filmmaker Danny Boulos. And we're thrilled to be here because it's an honor, because I've known you since 2018 to talk about the Garden State Film Festival and talk about you at the Garden State Film Festival, and also to talk about your productions and what you've been doing. So one of the things I just wanted to say initially is that the Garden State Film Festival this year is going to be hybrid and virtual. And you can get tickets online with the www.gsff.org. It's on the screen, and it's exciting. We expanded to 6 days this year.
It's amazing.
And then we're all going to be in Asbury Park. So it's exciting.
No better place, I think. Honestly, I think Asbury's definitely been a home to a lot of the creatives, and definitely the home of Garden State Film Festival for a bit, right?
Yes, it has. And so the great thing is, one of the reasons I'm really thrilled about talking to you to Danny is because this year at the Garden State Film Festival, he actually is a triple threat. He actually has 3 productions at the festival. He has 2 music videos that he directed and also was the camera person on.
Yeah.
And also
definitely a blessing.
And also then the third is a short film that you produced, student short film.
Correct.
Which is exciting. And so welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here with the Garden State Film Festival, especially be here with David Schoner, the TV Film Commissioner of New Jersey. And great to be here with Ming, obviously. This is just a great, experience so far, and it's been a blessing. Honestly, I can't believe I have 3 official selections for the Garden State Film Festival. It's honestly, it's crazy. It's a blessing.
And so I know it's we always like to talk about the process, how you got to this place and how did you get there. And so we start, I guess, initially I met you 2018 when you had a film at the Garden State Film Festival, short film.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
film Noon, actually. It was a lead actor and a producer in there as well.
Yeah. And over the past year, you have been very active with these projects. Tell me about the projects, the 3 of them.
Yeah, so first let me start off with Alvacine, since we have him on the line. And obviously that's one of the strongest videos that I've made to date. Just with the lyrics, the whole video together, and then the making of the project was also amazing. But yeah, I just got heavily involved into production when I saw that there wasn't that many opportunities. I was landing as an actor, so I felt like the best way to keep active and keep learning and be part of a set in any manner. I thought just go head first into it. So I started doing the music videos, then introduced myself to a bunch of people that opened some doors, and then was able to contribute to some of the other projects that were also that we had done for the past 2 years.
So that's the exciting thing about the Garden State Film Festival. We accept all types of productions, whether it's music videos, short films, student films, PSAs, music. It's all great. And we're going to focus in on your music video and Aldecon. So how did you meet Danny?
I met Danny. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I met Danny through a friend of ours, Alvon. He's the one who initially had me come from Oklahoma down here to New York. And after meeting Danny, he was pretty much giving me the treatment of everything, And I the way he was talking about it, he was already passionate about it. So I had to be with Danny, man.
Yeah, it was nice. Honestly, once I heard the song, and obviously special thanks to Alvon and Charlotte and Mayo for the introduction to Alvacine. But once I heard the song, it was something that moved me. It was like it's just one of those songs that the first time you hear it, you catch a tear in the eye and stuff like that. So it brought me through some of the things that you see on TV and stuff like that. But it's definitely a passionate project, and it was one of the projects that I could say that we pulled a lot of strings to put together, and a lot of people helped out, and it was just a very, very powerful video, I would say, for Alvacine.
It really is, and I love the different tonalities and the way you mix. You actually take the live stuff, the document. It's almost you're taking facts that happened and actually incorporate them into the
Correct.
music video. And just to be fair, the music is called Heroes. So
The song is called Heroes, and it's by Alvacine, and then it's I don't know if you want to finish.
no, I just wanted to make sure that when people are looking for the block and want to watch the music video and come to the film festival, they actually know that what it is. And so, Aldecon, how long ago did you write? Did you write it? Was it a process for you? And then when Danny got it,
No, definitely. And like on all my platforms, like I actually had a different kind of video that I'd put out, and I actually had my girlfriend get the clips and everything. And by the time she was to the middle of all the clips that she's supposed to have, she was crying and breaking down and didn't want to do it anymore. So yeah, that's why the video is the first video that I did that wasn't an actual music video. It's only about a minute long because she couldn't even get through the whole thing together.
and so one of the things I wanted to talk about, which is great because obviously you're Jersey, and so tell me about this process where you picked it to film. And I know obviously I
Right.
know all the answers, but I wanted to just talk about that because I love how you're involving the entire community, the entire film community in New Jersey in making stuff happen.
Yeah, so I mean, we used 10 Pearl Studios, home studio here in New Jersey. One of the ones that I definitely frequent for a lot of my projects. It's just very home to being very creative and open to a lot of whatever you want to do type of thing. So being in Jersey, it just made it easy. We did some stuff. We did head out to Philly for the protest just to get some other clips to make the video a little bit more powerful. So I thought that would have been
Yes, sorry, I can't really hear anything.
Oh, he's having a tough time.
How about now? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I basically just rounded up, a group of the friends that I have here in New Jersey. I founded the New Jersey Filmmakers Collaboration, and that was, we were working heavily with a lot of Jersey filmmakers and stuff like that. So I brought on Sam Schultz, who I work with frequently as well. She's, one of my go-to people. She's part of the crew, like with First Hour Productions. Like a lot of the people that I work with are people that we've worked with for years. And my editor, Loon, he's just one of the best in the business, I think. And he really just put together a powerful piece with all the points and things that we needed to stress as far as the lyrics of the video.
So on the day of the filming, when you're going back and forth, I don't know if anyone really gets how it's such a collaborative process between you and the artist. I mean, I really like to talk about that because it's not something that it just doesn't happen.
Exactly. It's almost like the artist Alvacine, he kind of came up with this. The song pretty much lays out like you can pretty much develop a visual from the lyrics being said. So with that in mind, with the little video that his girlfriend made, it was definitely like a good precursor to what he was looking for visually, and we just broke down the lyrics, and that's how we came about to and he was already on the he was already, once I heard the song, I told Alvan, which is someone that works with Alvacine, he works at Burn Down Group. He basically, I wrote it to treatment real quick. I sent it to him within like maybe an hour of hearing the song, maybe less. And he was like, "Oh, Alvacine had that same exact thing in mind." So it was like almost like we just clicked right off the bat. So it was just a good process from beginning to end.
Yeah, and that I think that's the biggest deal. And one of the things that we talk about filmmaking on any level, whether it's a music video, short film, or feature film, it's a collaborative process. It's not
Correct.
something that just is done as a single person or in isolation. It's a whole collaborative process, and that's why I was curious what how you guys collaborated to get the product done.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely people on his side pulled some strings as well. Mayo, his manager, we did a scene where we were on the football field with some of the kids that he coaches to make, just to, because the song, has a very powerful hook to it. So we added some scenes with that, and then put some strings with 10 Pearl. 10 Pearl came on board. They also were very helpful. gave us like a great rate. Hooked us up honestly. So it was a great process from beginning to end with Alpha being on board, with Alvacon, with Mayo. His girl was there too. Thomas, Loon, the editor, Alvon, Charlotte. I mean, we just really just made everything happen. It was just a good team.
It's great. And so, Al, when you were filming that day, what was going through your brain? Was it, because it is, the song is heavy. I mean, I think it's uplifting in a way. It's a very powerful song, but there had to be a lot on your brain as you're performing.
Yeah. So main thing about a lot of this stuff is I know people are still kind of sensitive to everything. So everything was like, especially like you were saying with the kids. That's something that personally, like, I was with the whole Tamir Rice situation.
Yep.
That's why I say the kids and the whole thing, it was really touching, especially him just playing, and we were out there throwing the ball with the kids and playing. So it was something I'll never forget. It was a very memorable.
It's really
That's amazing.
it really is very powerful, and I think it really adds something. So if you were, I know we have three different projects we want to talk about, but for something like this overall, if you had to give an advice to someone who's up and coming, someone who wants to do something, what would your words be?
You just have to be consistent. You have to be dedicated. You have to be, ready for all types of rejections, and you have to like just fall in love with failure. I think people like get scared of failure, but it's also it's honestly the hidden gem in the process of developing your skills and stuff like that. So I think falling in love with failure, and then also having some sort of tough skin to deal with the other people that are involved in projects and stuff like that. So it's definitely something you have to keep molding. There's a lot of things that you have to pick up on the way, and then also take things from what you learned here and there, and then also like apply that. So once you start applying those things, you start to test out things that you've learned, and then you start to see, hey, I can do it. It gives you that that sense of accomplishment. So once you start to try new things, as far as like different camera shots or different lighting, you start to learn a lot about the production end of things. So I mean, you just got to be relentless, honestly.
So, one of the things that I think you both will agree, and I'm curious both your perspective is you, at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself.
Correct. 100%.
And
Yeah. If you don't love what you're doing, then you're not gonna last on it anyway. Because there's a lot of guys who I used to come up with doing music and everything, but they were just trying to get a bag and get as much money as they can and live that lifestyle. But you don't really tell if you put out something and it doesn't meet $1 million if you love what you're doing anyway.
Right. That's exactly true.
Yeah, I think, and everything else will follow. I've always felt that way. You're true to yourself. You're passionate. It will all follow. And that's one of the things I think, even with that the festival, we pride ourselves on is, helping independent filmmakers, also letting people be part of the family and be true to themselves, because at the end of the day, that's really the most important thing. I mean, the song it's very powerful. And I think when you are true to yourself, you can convey that type of emotion, and also convey that type of material.
Exactly. You can get past the uncomfortable parts to put together something that's going to be powerful, and something that's going to be around forever. It's going to outlive us. So you really want to put together something that you're very proud of. So whether it is whether you need to go back and reshoot stuff, or whether you need to call a couple people to make some things happen, get us a car, get us this. So it's like, you just got to keep at it. Honestly, it's just love it, passionate, and then persistent, I think.
And I want to go back to this again, because I'm really big on this, is using, your jersey. And obviously the Garden State Film Festival gets entries from, we're going to be screening films and projects, third countries all over the place. So it's not like they're concentrated just in New Jersey. But one of the great local angles is the studio you filmed in. Tell me a little bit about that, because they're open and they are a creative hub.
Yeah, it's amazing. The 10 Prill Studios, I mean, has been a home to my projects for almost, I want to say, close to a year now. But I mean, I probably shot over 10 music videos there, and I'm going to continue going there. They're very, accommodating. They're very helpful. They'll help you on set. There's just like a very good atmosphere to be in. I did Mistletoe. The Mistletoe is the other official selection music video that got accepted to the Garden State Film Festival. Mistletoe was shot completely at the studio, at 10 Pro Studios. So there's a lot of things you can do with the psych wall. There's things you can do with, the open, forum space. You have the good window lighting. You have there, you can black it out almost. So there's just endless endless things you can do there with what they have there at that studio.
It's exciting, and it's a great place, and I love it when you go there because you become part of a community, and I think that's really what this business is about: is being part of a community. We're at the Garden State Film Festival. You're part of that community. At 10 Pearl, you're part of that community, right. and the film business on a bigger scale is a massive community also, and I think that's the wonderful thing about it.
Right, and I mean, it's just to have one project in the Garden State Film Festival is a blessing, but to be here almost 3 years out and have 3 projects that I directed, was the DP on, and then also produced is just, it's almost like a dream come true. You got to celebrate those small victories. So this is definitely something worth celebrating, and something that I feel proud of myself for. I'm very happy about it, and I'm definitely happy to be working with all the people that I've been working with. Like Alvakine is very genuine. He's a dedicated artist. He's not only an artist, he's a producer, he's an engineer. He's a very talented guy. Even my editor, I definitely wouldn't be here without my editor. I definitely would say Loon was very, very key. He was a key to this growth, and he's definitely someone that I value our relationship. He's one that's he's reliable, and he's willing to teach and stuff like that. So he's a producer, engineer, editor. He does cinematography. So he's just an all-around artist. So working with all these different people has been a blessing too, and they're all somewhere in New Jersey, New York. So,
and the great thing is that your editor on Heroes is also, it's a perfect segue, was also the editor of Mistletoe.
Exactly.
Which is the other music video. So tell me about Mistletoe.
So Mistletoe was with Tory Music. It's actually funny how I got that project. It was through 10 Pearl, so they also are very, accommodating with sending referrals as well. So it's good to, get that trust with that family over there at 10 Pearl. But yeah, we shot the whole thing at 10 Pearl. I got that project I got the track probably like a week or two before, maybe 10 days before we shot it. So did the treatment, casted it, reached out to a couple of my friends, casted it, got the other late actor in it, got my assistant director, Alpha, on there. My cousin Mina was there working with us too. And then just working with the management team for Tory, we kind of just put together this music video that was, it was definitely experimental because the time that we had to come up with a treatment and shoot it and do all that, but it was something that, was made possible being at 10 Pearl and having the, supportive team there. And then also just, taking those risks and, trying different things as far as lighting with the smoke machine. There's a lot of things that we experimented there, and it was definitely a fun project to put together too.
And one of the things I love, because obviously I've seen everything, is we're going to show a clip soon. We're clips of both of them, but they're two different styles in a way. It's not, I don't mean that there isn't, you don't have a signature style, but it's you do adapt more or less to the artist, and especially in music video, because one artist is not like another artist. They're two different types of artists.
Exactly. That's 100% correct.
Yeah. So I really like that. And maybe we can look at we'll look at the two little clips. So both music videos are playing in two different blocks, and we'll talk about that shortly. But we got some clips here of both the videos, and it's exciting.
Get into it.
Yeah. Yep, that was Mistletoe.
That was Mistletoe.
Yeah.
Of using excessive force.
A 26-year-old woman shot dead by police.
On the death of that Baltimore man while in police custody.
Shot fired.
An unarmed black teenager shot down.
Video has been released of the fatal police
At
shooting.
a time when the country is at boiling point over the treatment of young African Americans by white police.
I never thought a devil would dress in blue.
So yeah, so it's really great in a way for me because I grew up in MTV and music videos, and that was I'm so old that I'm on the forefront of that. Maybe
I mean, that was definitely a part of everyone's upbringing as far as like music videos and stuff like that. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I love the way that you have, we've seen music videos as part of our culture. It's part of filmography. It's, how things progress, and what you've done in both the videos is it's still keeping it fresh. And I think that's a great thing to have.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how much you can, really experiment just making, it's essentially like a short film, honestly. But,
yeah.
Or a music, like whatever you want to call it. But it's a short film. You have to come up with scenes. You have to tech scout. You have to, do, like just work with what you have. Sometimes you don't have much. So like, it's really fun to, be able to create something, sometimes without a budget at all,
right.
Sometimes with $200-300, sometimes with $500-600. I mean, you always want to, make sure you take care of yourself, but also it's also you have to have the love for creating those types of projects.
I think it's so key, and it's really important. So just so everyone knows, when you're doing the music videos, obviously you're doing playback. They're not actually singing. That's not the part of the process. Are they actually singing part of the process when you're taping them?
So when they're taping, we don't actually use the live audio that we're recording, but yes, we'll make them sing so that way we can sync
right.
in post.
Okay.
And that's what Thomas is great at, and he's also great in everything. But so you'll make them sing the entire song, or rap the whole song, or whatever it is, and then you'll do it like in different settings. Get the entire thing out. That way you can cut to those pieces when you're in post,
right?
And then you're going from those scenes to them singing the song with all synced.
That's great. The interesting thing that I love is that your two music videos they feature Black people, which is great, and actually minority community, and then also your the short film features an Asian American family
exactly
dealing with issues, and so it's really it's great that you're highlighting these different communities that New Jersey has and the world has.
Right.
And so tell me a little bit about the short film, because it's the exact opposite of the music videos.
Yeah, it's completely different in the sense of like what you're shooting and stuff like that, but as far as like the basics, it's kind of like similar, but I mean, jumping into film on that that short film with Jared Garcia, Julian Garcia, with Sham, Orlando, Paul, like that's just become a crew. Olivia, there's just a bunch of people Alex DiTrulio, people that we worked with. The past 2 years, we've been creating a lot of independent stuff, and it was just one of those things where, hey, I have this, we need this type of thing. Like we just pulled all the strings that we could together as a team, as a collaborative effort. And then as amongst friends and stuff, people that, are really heavily involved in this industry, mm-hmm. that are willing to do these passion projects. And, we were able to pull off this film, and it came out beautiful. And it was great to be a part of. And it made those connections stronger.
So the short film, how many days did you shoot that? Was it over a period of time?
Yeah, the short film, I believe it was a 5-day shoot altogether.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe. Yeah, how it is, independent film.
Yeah.
So we may have even shot the majority of it in 3 days, and I think maybe did some pickup days like on the weekend. Yeah. Another weekend.
So the great thing is that the Garden State Film Festival is hybrid and virtual this year,
right.
And Mistletoe is playing at the Berkeley Hotel on Saturday in the 2:30 block.
It's amazing.
And also on Saturday is Heroes is playing also at the Berkeley Hotel in the 9 o'clock at night block. And actually, I'm going to be hosting that block. So I'm very excited about that.
It's very exciting to be here with you and then also have you host that. It's just,
I'm excited about it. And
it's great to be here, actually.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And it's
Thank
exciting.
you.
And so the Still With Us, which is the homegrown short student college category, is going to be playing on Sunday. And that's at the Paramount, and that's going to be in a web block.
Okay.
So, but what you should do is go to the Garden State Film Festival. If you look, they actually have, they actually list on, when you look at their schedule, they'll actually have stuff that'll talk about the hybrid blocks are the Asbury Lanes, which is where the gala party will be, the Asbury Hotel, the Berkeley Hotel, and then there's different rooms in the Berkeley Hotel that they will use. Right. So those are all hybrid. What they did for the virtual events that you watch virtually is they give them names, their names of places that used to be or are in Asbury Park, but you can't go to them though. The Mayfair is one. The other one is the Brookdale. It's not open. And the St. James, which used to be an old theater. And then there's the Paramount, which is not open. So when you look at it and it says web hybrid, it means that you can't go to those events.
Right.
It's all online.
Make sure you guys pay attention to that.
Yeah, you can actually watch everything online. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about, because I don't want to lead it into, is your experience at the Garden State Film Festival, because the thing is, last year it was virtual,
right,
and it was just all online, and
it was amazing.
They managed to do it in 2 weeks. So, but let's bring me back to prior to. So, I'm trying to give the audience a little level of expectation. Even though obviously it's limited because you have to buy your tickets. If you're going to a real event, you have to buy tickets to that event because it's limited capacity depending on what the governor allows.
Exactly.
But what is going to those events like what was it like for you when you went previous?
Yeah, in 2018 it was it had to have been one of the best experiences of my life as a filmmaker, as an actor. It's very well ran. There's a red carpet event on Friday. There's like films that the films that are selected there. I mean, the projects that you see at any one of these blocks are incredibly put together. Like, I mean, the talent that, Lauren and Heather and David, and then the whole committee, like the whole board of people, pulls, like, it's just amazing. I've never seen such good films and music videos and documentaries. I mean, even virtual last year was incredible, but the entire experience from start to finish, I think my first time was 2018. And then it was amazing. Every day was filled with, meeting great people, seeing great films, being around creative people. And then the events are just, it's great. It's just great to be a part of. They're very professionally ran. There's the scheduling is always on time. The things are perfectly ran, honestly. And the entire community of Asbury is involved. So, I mean, it's amazing.
It is a lot of fun. And we, one of the things we're trying to stress this year is that if you do want to go to a live in-person event, you have to buy a ticket ahead of time. Yeah. It's just because of capacity, but it's going to be exciting. And I'm kind of looking forward to being there live. And after last year, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it'll be an amazing time. And I think it's definitely in your best interest to buy the tickets probably yesterday, but as soon as you can, because I know that I was trying to buy tickets and they're already selling out. So definitely, if you're going to be there in person, buy your tickets today, and then we'll see you there. Honestly, it's going to be a great time.
And so, before we go, so what's on the horizon? What's on the horizon for Danny, with project wise?
Project wise, I've been still heavily focusing on the music videos aspect of things. I'm also doing, the cinematography DP role, producing those things, hopping in on some sketch comedies as the DP, as director. Just staying in the mix, doing passion projects also, mixed with, those, side jobs that you kind of just have to do content creation so to keep you flowing. But I'm in it for the long haul. I've been doing some acting as well. Last year I did some acting on 2 pilots. I was the lead actor in those as well. So a lot of things, working, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think it's fantastic, and I think that it's going to be a lot of fun this year getting back into the groove. I know a lot of filmmakers want to do that.
I can't wait.
So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for stopping by and saying hello, and looking forward to seeing you at the fest.
Thank you, David Schoner, and thank you, Garden State Film Festival. Thank you, Ming, and it's a pleasure being here, and I can't wait to be at the festival. Honestly,
very good. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much, guys.